Hey guys, what's up? Real quick before the video starts, to shout out your boy Peter, who commented on the last video and won the competition where I asked, who do you think which WWE wrestler should be on the undercard of Jake Paul versus Ben Askren? And he commented, Samoa Joe, because he's big and very thick. Made me laugh. And also Samoa Joe, I could see that. Alright. So he won the shout out. So shout out to your boy Peter. Go subscribe to him. And you can win too in this episode if you comment down your answer to this question. So this week's question is, who should Samoa Joe box on the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren undercard? Comment down, and whatever answer I like the best, I'll shout you out in the next video. It's super easy. So make sure you go do that. Also, by the way, go check out my new video about the Chris Benoit theory. It's a very good video where we dive into some theories involving Chris Benoit. I put a lot of work into it, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys could go watch it and drop a like. So I don't mean to do this, but it was like, I think it's a really good video, and I put a lot of work into it. So I think this is like the best video I've made on this channel so far. So I would definitely go watch it and give it a like. Okay, besides the self-plug, here we go. Royal Rumble 2020 versus 2021. Here we go. So Royal Rumble 2020 versus Royal Rumble 2021. Now, this is an old series I used to do. I did this on the other Mr. Wrestling channel, which is still here, so if you want to go check out that video. But yeah, I used to do a few of these back in the day. I did a WrestleMania 35 versus 34 video. I did Royal Rumble 2018 versus 2019 video. I did a Money in the Bank 2018 versus 2019. I did a few videos, and I was going to do a WrestleMania video last year, but the video got deleted, and like I said, I wasn't interested in it. But I'm hoping to bring this series back, and since I'm back, I figured what better way than to start off with this. So we have a few categories. We have the Universal Championship, we have the WWE Championship matches, we have the Women's Royal Rumble, we have the Men's Royal Rumble, and then we have Royal Rumble Surprises. So we have 5 components. So without further ado, here we go. So at Royal Rumble 2020, we had Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship. Now, it doesn't sound that big in retrospect, but at the time, that was like a pretty exciting match because, you know, those were like the biggest babyface at the time versus the biggest heel at the time. Like, a year ago, The Fiend was like the hottest thing around. Like, he was like the biggest thing. He was like the biggest heel in the WWE, which I have a video about that coming up soon. Anyways, it was a pretty good technical match, and I liked it. I'd give it like 7 out of 10. It was nothing special. They did a few other matches, so it was like that kind of killed the hype. And it was like, at the time, we thought that the main event was going to be The Fiend versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 36, so there was like, it was too predictable. But then, now this year at Royal Rumble, we had Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Now, it was a decent match. I thought, to me, the rivalry for this match was a lot better than the Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend rivalry. And, like, the match was actually very entertaining. It was very good. There were some good spots in it. There were some moments when you actually thought, oh, God, Kevin Owens might actually win the title. Obviously, it didn't happen, and that just kind of makes, like, makes Roman Reigns a bigger heel. And that's, like, I think adds to more of the character, which I think is going to add to his and Jey Uso's WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 37. So, yeah, I think this match was a lot better than the Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend match. So, I'm going to give this point to Royal Rumble 2021. So the first point of the night goes to Royal Rumble 2021. So this year, we got Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg for the WWE Championship. Now, it was an alright match. It was basically like a finisher match. Like, oh, we just keep throwing finisher after finisher at each other, and we just keep kicking out, not selling. That's what it kind of was. Honestly, I was happy that Drew McIntyre won, because I was like very, very, very worried that Goldberg was gonna win the title and ruin WrestleMania again for the 3rd time in a row. Like, literally, Goldberg just ruins. Actually, I'm not gonna talk about that in this video. We'll save that for another day. But yeah, I'm very stoked that Drew McIntyre retained the championship. Yeah, but then last year, they didn't have a WWE Championship match because Brock Lesnar was in the Royal Rumble. So, by default, Royal Rumble 2021 takes the point. So, again, Royal Rumble 2021 takes the W in this category. Now, in 2020, the Women's Royal Rumble was alright. It was a decent match, but, like, to me, nothing really important happened, if that makes sense. Like, nothing, like, super shocking. Like, Charlotte won, yeah. Like, that was a little surprising because everybody thought Shayna Baszler was going to win. But, you know, it was, like, give or take. Like, honestly, I was alright. I'm not the biggest fan of Shayna Baszler personally, so I didn't mind the win. But I think it angered a lot of people, or not a lot, I should say, like a few people. But yeah, it was all right. Nothing special though, you know. Now this year, the Women's Royal Rumble match was pretty good. Not gonna lie. There was a few surprise entries like Tori Wilson. That was shocking, but it was kind of disappointing because I thought, okay, rather like my predictions, like as special guest entries, were Trish Stratus or Becky Lynch. And I thought if Becky Lynch entered, you know, she was going to win the whole thing. But I really thought one of those two were going to enter. Like at number 30, right? It was Natalya. Natalya, who has no momentum in 2021. So that was kind of a bummer. But that ending surprised me. I figured, okay, Charlotte's going to win because WWE wants her to, like, be like, oh yeah, like the first woman to like win back-to-back Royal Rumbles or be the first two-time winner, you know, which I was like, all right, you know, they want Charlotte to be the face of the women's division. All right, I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. But no, I was pleasantly surprised with Bianca Belair winning, which I'm fine with that. I think that's a good decision. Bianca Belair is really talented, and she deserves it. So, yeah. So this was the third consecutive category that Royal Rumble 2021 has taken a W. All right, next up. Now, the 2020 Royal Rumble match was actually very good. It was probably one of the best Royal Rumble matches in recent history. And, like, just, like, the way it was structured, like, Brock Lesnar coming out as the WWE champion and just, like, eliminating people, like, left and right. It very much made, like, it made him look like a dominant champion. And then there was also some good moments, like Kofi Kingston getting his revenge on Brock. Because don't forget, prior to this, Brock beat Kofi for the championship in like 5 seconds. So it was a good moment there. And then when Drew McIntyre eliminated him, the pop, oh my God. And then there were some good moments, like, you know, the overall match was good. But then when Edge came out, the surprise entry, that was so good. Like, I don't want to talk too much about it because that's the next entry, but damn, it was very special. And then, of course, I was pleasantly surprised, along with many people. So my prediction for this one was, I thought, okay, what's going to happen is Brock Lesnar is going to come back, eliminate or beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre, and then Roman Reigns is going to eliminate him and win the Royal Rumble. I was fine with it. But no, clean as a whistle, Drew McIntyre eliminated Roman Reigns. And mind you, this wasn't like the cool heel Roman Reigns, right? This was like the generic babyface that we all hated. So this was big, and like it was a very good moment, and I think it was the perfect winner. This year's Royal Rumble match was all right. Like, there were some good moments. Team Edge and Christian reuniting. The Hurricane coming out, that was hilarious. There were some good moments. Big E was really good in this match. He I really liked. Surprisingly enough, another one of my predictions won. I thought my prediction was going to be, okay, John Morrison's going to win the Royal Rumble, right? And Miz is going to cash in. And the match is going to be The Miz versus John Morrison for the WWE Championship, where John Morrison's going to win the title. That's what my prediction was. It was either that or Jey Uso was going to win the match and then face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, right? But then neither of those happened. Like, John Morrison got eliminated early, and Jey Uso wasn't even in the match, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was decent enough. There's some good moments. But then the winner, when Edge won, I don't know how I feel about that, because don't get me wrong, I love Edge, but like, it's just like, personally, I would have rather seen one of those guys win. That, and it's also because Edge has just came back from an injury and stuff, and it's like, and he's very injury prone, Edge, and it's just like, I'm a little worried, like, what if he's not able to make it to Mania? That's what I'm thinking, but it was decent, but I think last year's Royal Rumble was just so much better. Now, Royal Rumble 2020 definitely deserves a point for this one. Their match was a lot better than this year's match, so they win a point for this one. Okay, the final category, surprise entrance. Last year we had Edge and MVP. These were well, they weren't surprising, like we kind of knew, because like Edge's spear and MVP was kind of starting to come back. But their moments were good. That Edge moment, like, honestly, the pop, like, the crowd lost their shit that night. And it was, like at home, like, I was watching it, like, I started to tear up, because it was, like, with the music and everything, and, like, to see that he had came back through thick and thin, this was inspiring, and I really enjoyed that. It was a very good moment for me. So this year we had Christian and Seth Rollins return, which honestly they were good moments too. Like the Christian return, this was shocking as hell. Like, because we thought, okay, Christian, like he won't get cleared. I mean, if he did compete, he would probably be fine, but just medically they would never clear him. And then Seth Rollins, we kind of knew he was going to come back, and it was a good moment to see both of them return. I thought it was honestly more shocking than Edge and MVP's. However, and that's why I would say their surprises were better. However, just Edge, the moment it left, like a year later, if you go back and click it, you still get like, your chest still gets like beating. Like, it's like, you still get like knots in your stomach, you know? Like, that's how good of a moment it is. So I'd have to say that this point has to go to 2020. So I would say Royal Rumble 2020 has to get a point for this one. But 2021's was pretty good too. So anyways. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm back. I think this is my fifth or fourth video coming back. Yeah, I've been cranking out videos. I'm really starting to enjoy this again. I have a few more videos planned. Remember, go down and comment, who do you think Samoa Joe should box on the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren card? It can be a celebrity, it can be a YouTuber, it can be another wrestler, it can be an MMA fighter, it can be a professional boxer, it can be anybody with the exception of Brock Lesnar. Yeah, and if you comment and I like your answer, you can get a shout out like your boy Peter in the beginning. So go up to him, and if you comment, I might be able to shout you out in the next video. So stay tuned. All right, peace.